to your high school sports game of the week with the big Region 1 4A battle between the Seymour Eagles against the mighty Elizabethton Cyclones. Brought to you by these fine sponsors. Give it up for the Elizabethton Cyclones.
We're out here with head coach of Elizabethton Cyclones, Coach Sean Whitten. Coach, let's just talk a little bit about where you are right here in the season. You know, you had the perfect season for 2 years in a row. Took your loss, second game, but it seems like you got things back on track. You like where you are right now?
Well, I think we've greatly improved, since we had the defeat early on in the season. I think that we've made the strides in a lot of different areas. We've had great practice time. We've had great guys step up. I think in a lot of different ways, we're kind of settling into who we want to be. I really think our guys have been listening to the winning edges all year long, the things that we've been harping on. Right now becomes the crunch part of the season. Small mental errors, small mistakes send you home really fast. Our guys know that. It's nothing we don't have to tell our guys, obviously the last two seasons, but this year the road gets tough for us, starting this week, especially because of the distance we're going to have to travel. If we win, versus Seymour, we get a home playoff game. But then from here on, we're on the road. So, it gets tougher, and I think our guys are ready for the challenge.
Okay. Well, let's talk Seymour. This is a game, like I said, you need this win to solidify the home field. What's in it for Seymour? Does this possibly set a tone where they can move up as far as going into the playoffs, like maybe 4-3 or?
I don't think so, but I think we're approaching like a playoff type game just because of the distance, and I think it's an uncommon opponent. We've never played them before, and I think that for us, they're in our league now. We really want to set the tempo right off the bat. We didn't play last week, so our guys are hungry to get out on the field. We've had a lot of practice time, which is good, but what we've been able to do on this field has got to translate to Fridays, and then so we've got to carry things over. The discipline, the accountability, the plays, the execution has really got to be on point.
Okay, well, Seymour is a team I know you're not too familiar with. What do you know about Seymour going to this game?
Well, I know they run the program the right way. You see a lot of good things on film. They do things quality. They just sometimes lack the talent in certain positions. So I think for us, it's about putting a good product on film, us to evaluate, build the confidence you go into the playoffs, and it's going to be tough. I think just the distance you got to travel, keeping these guys focused. Seymour's a 6-3 football team. It's their senior night. They want to come out and play really well against us too. It kind of lets them know where they stand and how much work they've got to kind of improve. But I think, for us, it's just an opportunity for us we're excited to get back on the field, one. We're hungry, too, and we need to play well. We need to have a dominant performance in all three phases. We need to really be flying high.
Okay, Coach, going into this game, kind of set the tone for people, the numbers that people can look forward to on the field, some of the key players, offense and defense from Cyclone.
Well, we settled into our groove a lot, and it's a lot about, if you're going to have a great football team, it comes down to the role players. People know the guys are going to make the plays, but, can we make the plays? The things we've been really good at all year, and then you got to have a few wrinkles on top of that, and I think, when you get into playoffs, you got to have your best people on the field. How much can we take guys from the defense and put them on the offense and vice versa? We are healthy, we are fresh, we are ready to go. But I really think there's some guys other than the normals, guys on offense with Bryson and Cade and Jake. The guy for us is the X factor, I think, is Nate. The ability to move him around, to get him the ball can be a huge difference maker for us. And then, we've been using some guys. We bring them over. We call it the beef package. That's Bradley Cannon, Mason Ball. That's Blake Stewart. We bring those guys in, help those guys. Trenton Taylor, caps off the beef to kind of, give us an opportunity that, we've got the best running quarterback in the game, and Cade's also an unsung hero because he blocks really well. So we can get that ball in Ten's hands. We can get a little bit of lead. We can establish the ground game. Those guys are big for us that we've been able to establish that through in practice, helping us out on offense, and that's going to be a big thing for the opposing defenses to go against for us on offense.
Okay, Coach, one final question. I know you mentioned that you just come off an off week. This is actually your second off week, right? You only played 9 games. Are the guys ready, like you said, to look at this as a playoff game and to march down to the state to take it 5 more games?
Well, I think it always starts at the top. It starts with me, the way I approach it, the way I attack it. It filters down to the seniors. We've got great seniors that understand. You watch our guys go through drills. You watch us go through the mentality. I mean, our guys know we're playing to the end. We're playing to capitalize this thing. The better teams, they're great programs. Right now, this time of the season, they're just thriving. They're just waiting, and that's what we've got to do. We've had enough games, we've had enough times, and around here, the thing about it is, Chris, when you've had the success that we've had the last 2 years, they only remember the games you win in November anyway. So, with having 2 open gates, just allows us to stay fresh, gets us ready to go. We got warriors out here on the field, that understand what it takes. And so the biggest thing for us is you got to take the work that we've done here, translate it on the field, and those crucial times, the crucial moments, the game's decided on a few inches. We just got to make sure that we put everything that we've done here onto the game on Friday.
There you have it. Head coach of Elizabethton Cyclones, 2-time state defending champions, Coach Sean Witten. Good luck to you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Give it up for the Elizabethton Cyclones. Let's go.
Householder Field on the campus of Seymour High School, and I want to make a quick correction, Chris. I mentioned Bryson Rowland makes the offense go. We hope, and they hope, that he will make it go. He's only a freshman right now, and he's got 3 more years to make it go. But Bryson Rollins is the key to this offense. He's a 2-time defending Mr. Football in Class 4A. So the weather tonight, we mentioned a little bit in our open, should even this game a little bit, shouldn't it?
Maybe a little bit. It's getting cold. There's no rain right now. But I think it's going to be a good night for some football, and a little crispy out here.
It is definitely crispy. And with that, let's take a look at the Seymour package and introduce you to the Eagles.
Done a great job.
Coach, obviously, started off, I got to broach the subject, 0-10 last season. What's the biggest point of changing the culture at Seymour? Because your 2 seniors have talked about that.
When I took over as head coach, we were coming off a 2-8 season, and the first year we went 5-5, and we felt like we'd established a strong culture and the expectations, and things were going really well. After that year, we headed into a really strong off season, and then COVID hits, and it was almost like when we went home, those things just kind of fell by the wayside, and we fell back into some bad habits. Last year it is what it is. We were battling a lot of different things, and a lot of people were, but we never could seem to get over the hump. We would play competitive and be in some close games, but we could just never get through it. So after the season, we looked at some things, or what worked, what didn't work, and this spring we really focused on the basics and getting back to those standards and expectations that we'd set in the previous year.
Can you talk a little bit about those standards and just like some of the basics that you want to do, like even down to just like blocking and tackling, or like how?
Oh yeah, we broke it down real basic. We got back to because you look again, we turned the ball over a lot last year, and it's hard to win games when you turn it over that many times. So we looked at the real basics. With the rules we had last year, you couldn't do a whole lot of contact. So we got back to doing individual tackling stuff and just really focusing on getting better individually at the basics of football. And with the standards and expectations, it was really just a changing of the mindset. And I don't know if our kids mentioned it, but they all the time will talk about being get 2 guys instead of have 2 guys. And I felt at times last year we have to go to practice day, we have to do this, and now act like you get to do this. This is a privilege. This is something special that you get to do that not everybody in the school can do, and you can do it. And last year there was so much uncertainty. We're there on Monday. Will we be here tomorrow? So your mindset was all over the place, but now it's a little bit more focused, and it feels more like normal, and we're excited.
Yeah. And then talk a little bit about Brendan, if you would. I noticed he looks like he's gotten a little bigger this offseason, and I told him that he looked like a bowling ball whenever he ran downhill last year. So
he's actually, I don't know, he's actually lost weight, but but toned up a little bit. I don't know what I think he played at like 245 last year. I think he's done 235 this year. But just, he's changed his body, he's changed his eating habits and things like that, and is really taking care of himself.
I'm Brendan Harris, class of 2022. I play running back and linebacker.
All right, Brendan, first of all, I was able to watch you several times last year, but man, whenever you get going downhill, you look like a bowling ball. Can you just talk about that a little bit and kind of the athleticism that you bring to the table?
Well, a lot for me is I'm hard to tackle. Like, not a lot of people, especially third, fourth quarter, want to tackle getting late into the game. And if it comes down to it, they start diving my legs, I'll go over a couple people too. So.
All right. What do you feel like your offense is being centered around this year, and how much do you feel like you bring to that?
I mean, of course, a lot of running, just like last year, but I think we're going to even it out a lot this year with the passing game. We got a couple good receivers, and our quarterbacks are doing real good.
My name is Connell, and I am a senior, and I'm an offensive line and defensive line player.
So, Coy, obviously you guys had a tough outing last year, but going into your senior year, Brendan talked about it a little bit. How much do you guys want to change the culture at Seymour, and where does that start?
It starts with wanting to be there, because last year there were people that were just like, I have to do this. No, you should want to do it. And we're also a lot stronger in the weight room, and we're just starting to come together as a well team. On the offensive line, I'd say probably just allow our offense to do as much as they can to get down the field, and just don't allow the easy sacks or let them tackle in the backfield. Just don't let that happen.
Nice job of standing at attention, challenger.
Seymour High School. Chris, a beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Seymour High School Choir. You know, it doesn't matter the venue. It always gives me goosebumps when I hear that song.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and especially on a night like tonight where it's just cold out here, and you know you kind of get it warmed up, gets your chill bumps going a little bit. It's pretty cool out there, and I remember those times, and it's exciting to be here tonight at Seymour, and I think we're going to look forward to a good game.
We've also got Nathan Miranda joining us tonight. He'll be on the sidelines giving us updates as he sees fit. And, you know, I think this is the first real bad weather game we've had this year. Most of the time it's been, you know, warm and fairly good weather. Tonight, though, we got a little bit of misty rain, not anything heavy, and definitely some wind and a little bit of a cold temperature. So it's definitely going to affect the passing game some. You can look at the American flag and how it's blowing. So passing is going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially on routes to the corners and sidelines.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who it favors yet. I think, you know, as far as Seymour goes, I've watched
Seymour
them a couple
High
times. They run the ball really well.
Right.
Elizabethton, on the other hand, they probably played in all kinds of conditions.
And
They may be the
tonight
favorite
for
tonight,
Seymour, we'll
but it
take
does
the senior
definitely play a
class.
factor tonight with the weather. As far as it favors, we'll see how it plays out. I do think that Seymour, though, has to stick to what they want to do and make sure they play a good, efficient game. Elizabethton has lots of weapons on the outside. You mentioned them earlier in the pregame there.
Right.
They're going to get the playmakers their ball, and they're going to make sure they go and get some scores. Same thing with Seymour, as we talked about a few weeks ago. Can they not watch the scoreboard, do what they do, look forward to next week, and play Seymour football?
Yeah, it should be a good game tonight. Remember, Seymour is 2-2 in the region. They're going to be locked in to the number 4 spot in their region. They will go to Anderson County next week to play the Mavericks. And of course, Elizabethton, the Cyclones are locked into the number 2 spot with a 3-1 region record right now. So this is a game where both of them are going to be kind of working on things for next week. Looking forward to their playoff matchup in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
For a clean, clean, clean like you've never ever seen. At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Tune in to the Alewife Pottery Channel 196. Watch local craftsmen and learn of the rich Smoky Mountain heritage and history. Meet Robert Alewife and his family as they take you on their journey of their successful pottery business in the Gatlinburg's arts and crafts community. Established by Robert Alewife more than 30 years ago, this business has grown up with the Alewife family. Alewife Pottery is renowned nationwide, not only for their stunning handmade ceramics, but also their friendly, fun-loving family atmosphere. Tune to Channel 196, the Alewife Pottery Channel, and enjoy these great stories.
All right, we're back at Seymour for tonight's game. Elizabethton has won the toss. They will be receiving. They're in their white visitors' jerseys. The Eagles in their blue home jerseys.
Jake Roberts.
Number 21 back to return is Nate Stevens, and number 17, Jake Roberts.
Fair catch.
It'll be a fair catch there about the 27-yard line. Looks like the fair catch was made by Teddy Orton, and Elizabethton will set up shop on their own 27-yard line.
Little pooch kick right there just to get it started off. No return right there. Yeah, probably smart.
Indigo Cyclones.
First and 10. Elizabethton starts out on the ground, as you would expect them to. Cade Russell on the carry for Elizabethton. He's going to pick up about 3 yards before he gets clogged up at the line of scrimmage. In on the play, Brendan Harris, the senior linebacker and fullback.
By Colton Oldham and Caden Folks. The second 7.
Nice move.
Wow.
Very nice move. Looks like number 17, Jake Roberts.
Some great feet right there. He was really getting after it. Some people move side to side and then don't go forward. He was moving side to side, forward, and made a great gain right there.
And Jake Roberts, by the way, was the MVP of last year's state championship game for Elizabethton. So he's kind of their playmaker. They're going to try to get the ball to him any way they can. That's going to be a first down. Esquisito's first down. Pizza and pasta.
On the keeper is the quarterback. Number 10, Bryson Rollins.
Bryson Rollins on the keeper. He's going to bring it out. He's going to pick up about 8 yards on that play, maybe 7.5, call it. It's going to give Elizabethton another first down as they cross midfield into Seymour territory.
As you watch there, too, Elizabethton runs a lot of that misdirection there. So they're handing off that option, or the quarterback run now is going to pass and a run. So we'll go back here.
A little bit of zone read right there, right up the middle, right outside right tackle, I should say. Nice handoff there.
Number 5,
Cade Russell. Seymour with just, Elizabethton just zone blocking to the right. Russell followed his fullback until he waited to see where the hole was, and then he burst through it.
He put his hand on his shoulder, literally followed him up through the hole.
Exactly. So that's going to give them Esquisito's 2 first down. They're going to be at the 18-yard line. Try to get the ball to Roberts again, and they do. He just puts his head down and tries to get as much as he can.
Number 17, Jake Roberts.
It's going to be about a yard short, it looks like. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 from about the 8-yard line.
2nd and 1.
Go back to the run game right here.
Yeah. Well, you know, those passes, those bubble screen type passes are basically like running plays. They just give it right up the middle to Russell. He's going to get down to about the 3.
On the carry, number 5.
It's going to be a first down. So that's going to be another Squisito's Pizza and Pasta first down.
Folks also in there. It'll be first and goal at the 4.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot it at the 4 for first and goal.
We got to
exactly. Bring the big guys in. It's like a power I formation. No, I think we got an offsides on Seymour.
We have a flag on the field.
Zone infraction. Oh no, they called it against Elizabethton. Excuse me.
Against the Cyclones, moves it back 5 yards.
And that's kind of a costly penalty, Chris. I mean, you got first and goal from the 4, now you got first and goal from the 9. I mean, it changes a little bit what your play calling is going to be.
We'll see what happens here. I thought they were going to stick with the same thing, but yeah, it definitely probably maybe changes up here on especially their option play here, and may go out to a little pass here. Oh, fumble.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Fumble on the play.
So that looks like a miss snap and handled by the quarterback Rollins. So he's going to lose some more yardage, and now they're going to have a second and goal from the 12.
He got lucky, he got back on that football.
Yes, he was very lucky.
He saw it in front of him. I didn't know if he was going to jump down there fast enough or not.
So now they're going to.
They had a chance almost to get it.
No, they did have a chance to get it, and that's going to bring out the spread offense now on second and goal from the 12. They'll come out of the power formation, go to the spread, give it still to Russell right up the middle, and he's going to score. That's going to be a touchdown for Elizabethton.
Takes it into the end zone for the Elizabethton touchdown.
So the
Russell.
Cyclones drive it 74 yards for the first score of the game, and with 8:16 left in the first quarter, Elizabethton jumps out to a 6-0 lead pending the extra point.
That's kind of what we thought Elizabethton would do, kind of dominate the football there, kind of put their head down and drive the ball. They did a good job there. They about lost the football there, which would have been a great play for the Eagles, but they were able to get back on it. But they obviously see what they're going to do there with Russell there and some of the weapons they have.
So the snap is down, the hold is up, the kick is good by Sean Smithdeal, and Elizabethton takes a 7-0 lead with 8:16 left. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
All right, we're back at the Your High School Sports Game of the Week. Elizabethton kicking off. Kind of a short kick. It's going to hit the turf. It's going to be picked up by Crowder. He's going to evades one tackler, picks up about 6 or 7 yards, and not a bad return.
Number 7, Bruce Crowder.
So Seymour's going to start at about their own, let's call it the 21-yard line.
Out of bounds at the.
We want to thank Claybo's Express Shine Car Wash for their first touchdown of the night. The Eagles now will take over and see if they can answer the Elizabethton score. Eagles are going to come out in a spread formation. Looks like we got a timeout. Oh, it's an equipment timeout. Send one of the players off the field. I'm not really sure why. Must be an equipment problem.
Something with the helmet.
Yeah. So Seymour will come out. I would imagine with this spread, they'll either throw a bubble screen or give it to Brendan Harris right up the middle. And that's exactly what they do. Harris is going to take it off to the left side, uses his bruising frame to pick up about 4 yards.
And that's what he really does there, Ralph. He is a bruiser. He's a big guy. He knows how to use his pads and his weight, and he'll push you around. And if he gets started off early, that's a good sign there, about 3 yards there.
That's exactly right.
Going to the 24, it'll be second around 6.
And they will feed him.
Oh, of course they will, and especially if he has success. Cold, blustery night. Definitely late October. Actually feels a little more like December. 2 wide receivers for Seymour on each side. Little rollout pass. A little too hard. We're throwing a little bit outside.
Got a flag on the play.
Josh Nevins was the intended receiver. It was incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6. But there is a penalty flag on the field. Could be defensive holding. Let's see. judging from where it was thrown, it looks like it could be defensive holding or illegal participation. Let's see.
Nope.
Illegal, yeah. Illegal man downfield.
Another receiver downfield,
and they declined the penalty, which is a smart move because it brings up a 3rd and 6. Elizabethton comes out in a 2-deep coverage, two deep safeties, 2 corners. Looks like they're going to blitz, and that's what they do. Passes across the middle, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off by Elizabethton for a touchdown. Looks like Billy Woodby intercepted the pass.
Yeah, on the quarterback there for Seymour there, I think he threw it kind of blind there.
Yeah, he did.
He knew where he was going with it. He threw it blind.
Yeah, he did. And he threw it a little high. It bounced off the receiver's hands right into Woodby's hands. So that's a linebacker's dream right there.
Tip drill right there.
Yeah, that's a tip drill, and a linebacker's dream to pick it off and go into the end zone for a touchdown. So just like that, with 7 minutes left in the first quarter, Elizabethton has a chance to go up by 14.
Return for the touchdown.
Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. So, with 7 minutes left in the first quarter, Elizabethton 14, Seymour nothing. Another Claybo's Express Shine Car Wash touchdown, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family-owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Okay, back at Seymour High School, Elizabethton gets ready to kick it off again after scoring a touchdown on an interception return. Another short kick, kind of a pooch kick. Crowder's going to field it at about his 14.
Update. It's actually
going to make a couple moves and then get taken down at about the 19.
Passed off a tip ball and ran in for a touchdown.
And we've got a flag on the play.
Now 14-0. 7 minutes.
Got to be an unsportsmanlike conduct.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was a fair hit. I think they just after the play there.
I will. Thanks, Roddy. Back to you.
Dead ball foul, more than likely.
Dead ball, personal foul against Elizabethton.
That's what it is. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Added on to the end of the run.
So that's going to give Seymour some good field position. It'll take the ball out to about the 35-yard line.
First down, 10 to go, Eagles.
And you know, on a night like tonight, Chris, it's hard for the quarterback to roll out and throw those passes, or especially when you float it, you got to really gun it in there because the wind is going to have some effect on that football.
Yeah, and I would think go back to some short passes.
Yeah, exactly.
Things. Nothing across the middle,
right.
Something simple, or right here, right to Harris.
Like they're just going to give it right to Harris. He's going to break one tackle, but he's going to be taken down there by the corner. Nice play there by number 21 for Elizabethton, Nate Stevens, as he came up from his corner position to make the play.
Stevens. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And you would think a guy like Brendan Harris probably's got some speed, but that's a guy you want to run between the tackles, isn't it?
I'm not sure the outside of the field is where you want him to do. I mean, but that's where it kind of led him, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't his bread and butter. It's right up the middle, and they probably go back to it here again.
And they do. No, they don't.
They should have.
Yeah, they should have. That's right. He was wide open. It looked like that was kind of a read play, and I think the quarterback just made the wrong read there.
Wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Woo.
Eli Funk decided to keep it himself, and he had a welcoming party from about 3 Elizabethton defenders. So that's going to bring up a third down. He's going to lose about 4 yards on that play. So it's going to be 3rd and 14, and that's not a down that's going to be very receptive to Seymour tonight, especially with the weather conditions. See what they go with. Elizabethton into cover 2. They switch it up. Now they're going to be into cover 3. Funk's going to try to throw it. He does. Almost picked off.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down. Seymour's going to have to punt the football away. They are punting into the wind, so it should be an interesting punt here. Let's see. Last time we were here, remember, they had trouble punting the football. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Tonight it looks like they're going to start out with Josh Nevins, number 2, as their punter.
I feel like that's who they might have brought in last time.
It may have been. It may have been. You're exactly right.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Now we have a snap problem. And that's going to be a touchdown. So, another touchdown for Elizabethton. So, in a matter of just, I would say about 3 minutes, we've had 2 defensive touchdowns, and it's already 20-0.
Those are very hard to come back
Very
from.
hard to come back from,
Those
exactly.
are devastating. And even when he tried to get on the ball, I know it's wet, it's slippery.
Right.
But they're all by yourself. It's just that's just a frustrating play right there.
It is. It really is.
It's easy to do too. I mean, your hands are cold. You grab the football. You're trying to get more than you. I mean, it's the feeling. I mean, even standing up here, my hands feel numb. So imagine what they feel like down there. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate turn of events for Seymour. So Elizabethton scores again. As they get ready for the extra point, the snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is good as well. And with 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter, Elizabethton now has a 21-0 lead. Let me mention some of our sponsors. Remember Buddy's Barbecue, our main sponsor, Buddy's Barbecue, providing us great barbecue, potato chips, iced tea, cookies, you name it. Buddy's Barbecue provides it all. Krispy Kreme donuts. Always bring us 3 boxes of donuts. We try to eat as many as we can, but we usually give some away. Claybo's Express Shine Car Wash, our touchdown sponsor. Squisito's 2, pizza and pasta. Go to Squisito's, have some good Italian pizza and pasta, and they are our first down sponsor. Of course, Sevier County Electric System, the power behind our community. And Buddy's Barbecue, our main sponsor. We love Buddy's Barbecue, and if you haven't had Buddy's Barbecue, you must not have lived here very long. The Allowine Pottery Channel. Remember Robert Allowine up in Glades Road in Gatlinburg. Wonderful pottery, ships all over the world, has a tremendous operation up there. And of course, Riverstone Resort and Spa, one of our better sponsors as well. If you want a relaxing weekend or a relaxing massage, take you and your best friend or best girlfriend up to the resort and spa. And then of course Blades Salon for our blade cut of the week. All right, so Elizabethton kicks it off into the end zone, and now Seymour will take over on the 20-yard line.
Now, Ralph, that was a kickoff.
Yes.
He lined that ball up and he kicked the ball right there. That was very impressive.
He had a little bit of wind helping him, but it was a good kick.
That was a very good kick.
Yeah.
There was people out in the stands I could hear just a minute ago and awed how big that one was.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
It was a good kick. All right, Seymour's going to go right back to Brendan Harris. He's going to run over a couple guys and pick up about 4 yards. We'll give him 5 yards, actually. So that's a nice start to the drive. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Chris, Seymour's got to develop some offense. They've got to drive the football, at least flip the field position, because, you know, right now it's just it's tough sledding for them.
It is tough sledding. It gets them into lots of bad situations, too. But I know they have the playmakers. I know they have a quarterback. I've seen him play many times before over his years. I know he can throw the football, too. It's just they got to get him in better positions. Like right here.
Yeah.
This is not, it's not a favorable position for him.
No.
Quarterback Eli Hunt will be sacked.
Elizabethton will take a sack right there.
Well, you know, that's why they roll him out a lot. I think their offensive line is a little bit undersized against teams like Elizabethton or Greenville.
Yeah.
And you got to roll him out, put him on the move. So that's going to be a loss of 6. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. The ball will be at the 19-yard line as Seymour awaits the call in from the sidelines. Clock running, 4:30, first quarter. Seymour's going to come out in trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Elizabethton's going to start out in their cover 2 with the 2 deep safeties. They're going to shift it off now to a cover 3, 1 deep safety. Let's see what Seymour does. They're going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. He had him for the first down, maybe threw it behind him just a little bit. And
he'll be 4th down.
That was the right play right there.
It was the right play.
The right play, and he did undercut him a little bit, but he also threw it while he could catch it, and he just – there's a big guy, number 80 there. He just couldn't get down to get it.
Right, exactly.
Been on the shoelace catch.
Exactly. And now we get back to our most intriguing play of the game with Seymour, and that'll be the punt. So it's going to be 4th and 11. Last time Seymour tried to punt, snapped it over the punter's head. Elizabethton turned it into a touchdown. Let's see if we can get one off this time. Snap still a little high. Does get it off. Not a very good kick. That's going to go not very far at all. And that was a nice play by Jake Roberts, and he's going to score. How about that? All right, there's a heads-up play by Jake Roberts. And now I think you can see why he was the most valuable player in the state championship game last year.
Wow, he's fast too. He watched that ball bounce. He was the only one running. Did you see that? Only one running.
But what a heads-up play. Everybody was kind of standing still, right? Yeah.
He caught it right off the bounce. That's one of those moments where you take a risk and you get a big reward, or you take a risk and it could go bad.
Yes,
right?
exactly right.
Somebody like that knows his talents, what he's doing. What a good decision and a good touchdown, and put Elizabethton up right here before the kick, 27-0.
Yep. All right, so we're not even we're 8 minutes into the first quarter, and Elizabethton about to tack on their 28th point, and they do. So, with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, Elizabethton 28, Seymour nothing. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. All right, we're back. Elizabethton kicks it off. Crowder's going to take it at about his 12. Take it right up the middle, looking for some blockers, doesn't get it, and he's going to be taken down at the 25-yard line. So, and there's a penalty. Another penalty on the play. Looks like another personal foul.
Brooks Crowder on the return.
Interesting stuff here tonight, Chris. I mean, the Elizabethton offense comes out and drives 74 yards and take a 7-0 lead, and then it becomes 28-0, and the Elizabethton offense has not been back on the field yet.
Yeah, well, it's just a lot of mistakes right there, and you can't do that against a high-performing team like this.
No.
Take full advantage of it.
Dead ball. Personal foul against Elizabethton.
Seamore's getting a lot of penalties in their favor here. They just got to do something with it.
Right.
41-yard line.
They got to do something with it.
10 to go, Seymour.
So it's going to be a Squisitos 2 pizza and pasta first down. 41-yard line of Seymour.
Okay, I see. All right, I'm getting ready to go back to the ground game here, Ralph, or what are you thinking?
I would say stick to the ground, yeah. Definitely stay on the ground here. Tell me when you're ready.
All right.
Brendan Harris on the carry.
Okay, let's go to Nathan Moran on the sidelines. Nathan, the Elizabethton offense has not been on the field since that first touchdown. Do you get any sense on the Seymour sideline that they're kind of hanging their heads, or are they trying to regroup and see if they can move the ball?
Yeah, definitely. It's like they're, hitting their heads a little bit, which they've just had one thing after the other go wrong here with the punt over the head, and then that last punt looked like it's just going to be had a great balance, scored a touchdown. So they definitely need a morale boost here on the Seymour sideline.
Yeah, no question about that. And Nate, thanks for the report. We'll go back to Nathan later in the game. So I wanted to get a feel for what Seymour was thinking about on the sidelines, and it's got to be tough. I mean, you come into a game, you think you have a fair chance to win the game, and then in a matter of minutes, you have some bad things happen, and you end up behind 28-0.
Yeah, and you got to get some success going here, even if you just get some success going down the field.
Couple first downs, right?
I mean, that would be great.
They'll give it back to Brendan Harris.
Harris on the carry.
The big beast fullback. He's going to get it to about midfield, and that's going to give Seymour. It's going to give Seymour a very manageable 3rd down and 1, and that's what you want.
Caleb Johnson.
Yep.
Drew Turner. I'll have a piece of tackle.
I would say give it right back to Brendan Harris.
Sure. Nothing fancy. I might even get under
Right,
center.
exactly. Just keep pounding the football. I mean, at this point, you need some successes. Yeah, they're going to give it right back to him. He's going to go up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, just powers over 3 guys, and he's going to pick up about 9 to 10 yards.
I was going to say something about Brandon Harris, too.
40-yard line.
Unless he gets over about 2 or 3 yards, he has to build up speed.
Right.
Once he gets past the 3 or 4 yard mark on speed, he can truck some people. He can get some yards after the carry there too.
No question. No question.
If he gets stopped early, it's kind of hard. Once he gets past 2 or 3 yards, he can get the momentum going.
Right. And if you can start doing that, it opens up some of those intermediate passing routes because now your linebackers have to honor that run.
Yep.
So they got a substitution in the backfield now. They give it to number 22 around the end, and he's going to be taken down right away. That was Kai Thompson. Their lightning part of the Thunder and Lightning backfield combination. Kai, the smaller, faster back. Brendan Harris, the bigger, bruising running back. No gain on that play. It's going to bring down a 2nd and 10 from the Elizabethton 40-yard line.
This is where if I'm calling plays, I'm going to take a shot right here.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Elizabethton's still in their cover 2. They're going to stay with the 2 deep safeties.
Here it comes.
They're going to throw the ball.
Don't throw it.
Pass incomplete, intended for number 13, Ryan Ladari. It'll be 2nd down.
So Ryan Lagari, the intended receiver, Eli could not get the ball to him. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10, and Seymour behind the chains again. 3rd and 10 is not what you want to live with.
But I'm okay with that play call right there. Just getting a little more action there. I mean, he just couldn't get off. He was more running for his life than he was actually looking down the field, unfortunately. But that's the right play call there.
Right. Well, it's hard to protect him when he drops back in the pocket. But the problem is, on a night like tonight, when you roll out, that wind's going to affect that pass unless you can really zing it in there.
True.
All right, so 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Elizabethton's still in the cover 2. Seymour's going to roll out again. And he's just going to throw it away.
Pass is incomplete.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 10, and I think if you're Seymour, you go for it here. There's no reason to even try to punt the ball.
I agree.
About a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Seymour's going to have a 4th and 10. I'm thinking they're going to go for it. Let's see.
They are. They're still out there.
But, not a lot of play calls on 4th and 10. I mean, here is where I'm thinking maybe jet sweep. I'm maybe thinking bubble screen. Let's see, maybe a middle screen. Oh, there you go. Boy, he had him. Gosh, he had him. Pass was intended for number 12.
We have an official timeout.
Brendan, is that number 12? Is that Harris?
That's number 2.
Number 2, excuse me, I'm sorry. Pass was intended for Josh Nevins, and he is still down on the field. He went up and got that ball, made a nice catch, couldn't hold on to it when he got sandwiched by the 2 Elizabeth defenders. Good pass by Eli Funk, good catch by Nevins, but the hit by the 3 defenders jarred the ball loose, and he's still down.
That been a great catch, too. He really did a good job of going to get the ball at the highest point.
He did a tremendous job.
Take that pass, and just unfortunately it came down to hope he's okay.
I'm hoping he just got the wind knocked out of him. That's could have been what happened. Let's see. Let's take a quick break while they're attending to Mr. Nevins, and we'll be right back on the Your High School Sports Game of the Week.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
All right, so Josh Nevins walking off the field under his own power. Looks like either the wind knocked out of him or the way he's holding his ribs. Could have been a rib injury. But it's 1st and 10. Squisito's 2 1st and 10 for the Elizabethton Cyclones. And they're just going to keep it on the ground. They're going to give it back to Russell up the middle.
Got a flag.
He's going to be stopped at about the 41, but we have another flag on the play. It's either going to be a face mask. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's going to be a face mask against Seymour.
Face mask against the Eagles.
And that's going to give Elizabethton a 1st down.
Gain was about 2 yards, but they're going to add 15 more onto it. The personal foul face mask.
So the penalty is going to take the ball all the way into Seymour territory. Elizabethton's going to have a Squisitos 2, pasta and pizza, 1st and 10 from the Seymour 43-yard line. About 1:06 left, first quarter. Seymour with one deep safety. Elizabethton's going to throw a little screen. It's going to be completed, but that's going to be good coverage.
Number 21, Nate Stevens.
Nate Stevens on the reception. Landon Beeler quickly on the tackle for Seymour.
For Seymour, number 22, Ty Thompson, number 12.
See, quick passes like that, as far as getting your quarterback settled down, as far as Seymour looks like, too, that's what I'm talking about. That's
right.
a quick, easy pass, get your confidence built up,
right,
and then keep it on going. Even for Elizabethton, I didn't want to have this on our second possession.
That's right. That's right.
Warming up too,
that's
so.
right. You know, they haven't been on the field since early first quarter. They're going to do a little draw play there. That's a good call. Nice play by Seymour, though. Brendan Harris finishes him off. No, they're going to call him down, I think.
Whistle has blown.
Cade Russell
ruled it dead.
Stopped by Brendan Harris. The clock is still running. That's going to be the end of the first quarter.
I have to bring up something real quick, Ralph. If you all, any Tennessee fans out there watched the game against Ole Miss a couple weeks ago, that was a similar play right there. The whistle was just not there. That play's still kind of live to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know, and it's kind of similar happening before. Those get called back. That's unfortunate. I think he was still getting. He wasn't even down yet.
No, I agree with that. A little bit of a quick whistle. Yeah, it is. All right, so that's going to be the end of the first quarter here from Seymour. Elizabethton 28, Seymour nothing. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify.
All right, Elizabethton has it 3rd and 10. They're going to roll out, and they're going to incomplete pass.
This year, Brian took on a new responsibility.
So the pass was intended for number 4,
up here in the press box.
Cameron Baker.
He's the one that helps me out.
Looks like he took his eyes off the ball. He had it. Yeah.
Presenting the football to Brian West.
He was trying to run before he caught it.
We thank you.
And I think
thanks for all you do. Now get yourself back up here and help me.
Elizabethton's going to go for it. Smart move. You don't want to be punting into the wind, so they're going to go ahead and go for it. They're going to throw it deep, and there's nobody there, and it's going to be incomplete.
On 4th down, so by rule, the ball goes over to the Eagles.
So Seymour's going to take over on their own 43-yard line, and they're going to have a 1st and 10, a Squisitos 2, pasta and pizza 1st and 10.
See, that's a good positive for Seymour there. Get off the field on 4th down.
That's what they needed. Yeah,
that's a good positive thing.
That's what, and the most positive thing about it is that they stopped him on 1st and 2nd down and held him to a 3rd and 10.
Correct.
So let's see if they can get something going here. They're going to come out in trips to the left. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right in more of a wing formation. Funk at quarterback. Kai Thompson at tailback. Excuse me, not Kai Thompson at tailback. That's actually number 27 at tailback. And that's going to be Jaden Williams.
3rd tailback we've had in tonight.
Yep. Gain of about, let's call it 2. 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and 8.
I'm impressed with Elizabethton's defense, too. Jake Roberts at one corner, and then you got number 21, Nate Stevens, who made a couple good plays already at the other corner. All right, good play there by Roberts.
Complete. It'll be third down.
Closing in on number 80 for Seymour. Isaiah Sawyer. Okay, we've got an injury report from Nathan Miranda. Let's get him on our headset here.
Carry, by the way. Correction, that was number 27, Jaden Williams. I told you these eyes are getting old.
All right, Nate, you got some injury news for us.
As you saw, number 2 there got hurt on that last drive
right.
a couple drives ago. You see back in the game now. And, they were checking out his ribs. Looks to be injury, but I talked to a member of the should be just fine. And obviously.
Okay, thanks a lot, Nate. Great report by Nate Miranda. Getting us some injuries. Josh Nevins, getting us some injury report on Josh Nevins. If you remember, he left the game. As I said, it looked like it might be a rib problem as he was holding his ribs, and Nate did some great work for us, finding out from the trainer that in fact was what it was a rib injury. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for Seymour. They're not able to move the football, and they're going to have to punt it. They have the wind with them, so if they can get off a decent punt, it should pin Elizabethton back a little bit. Jake Roberts back to receive for Elizabethton. Let's see if we can get a clean snap and a clean punt. Good, not a terrible snap, and not a real bad punt. Pretty good punt, actually. Roberts is going to pick it up. He was going to let it go. And he's going to run out of bounds at about the 24.
Return number 17.
Looked like the fans were a little upset about something there. Possibly thought there might have been a. There is a flag on the play. Let's see where it is. All right. Now you can't call roughing the punter because he did drop the football. So let's see what they do with this flag.
I'm not sure what it was there. Definitely in the backfield here.
Yeah, it's definitely where they were punting it from. So let's see what the referee comes up with.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker against Elizabethton. Be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Seymour.
Yeah, that's kind of a head scratcher to me, Chris. Not trying to sound like I'm Elizabethton homer here, but my understanding is when the punter drops the football, it's a fair game. That's exactly right. So I think that was a bad call.
Maybe they were making up for that fumble.
I guess so, yeah.
They don't do make-up calls.
No, I know. Of course not. Yeah. So that's going to give Seymour a first down. They're going to be at the 39-yard line of Elizabethton. New life for the Eagles. They're going to go with a quick pass to number 7 out of the flat. He's not going to pick up any yardage at all.
No gain.
Brooks Crowder.
One thing about Elizabethton, too, you notice, too, is they are so physical.
Yes, they are.
Number 47, okay. Wesley Shankles.
Yes, you're right, Chris. Very physical on defense, and that's what makes a good football team. You got to be physical on defense. All right, let's go to Nathan Miranda. He's got another injury update for us. Nate, what do you got?
Number 22 for Seymour, just sideline last drive. Work it out. It's definitely a lower leg injury. Looked like your thigh or maybe his groin. Got up off the bench there. He was walking pretty gingerly. Return.
Okay, thanks a lot, Nate. Great report by Nate Miranda.
On the tackle.
Number 22, Kai Thompson, who's come in for relief of Brendan Harris occasionally. On the stationary bike on the sideline, looks like a thigh injury, and he's trying to keep it a little bit loose right now, especially on a cold night tonight. So a short gain, that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from about the 36-yard line of Elizabethton. Funk's going to try to throw it. He's got a receiver open, and it's going to be broken up. Nice play there by number 18. Dalton Mitchell with a great recovery play by the safety. And, Chris, that's what you want. When you play a cover 2, that's kind of a smothering defense. You got those deep safeties, and that's his job to come up on those seam routes.
Correct, it is. And he waited it out, too. He almost like he was just preying on him a little bit. As soon as the ball was thrown, he took off towards the ball, not the player.
Right.
That's what able to knock that ball down.
Exactly. So Seymour's going to go for it. Smart move. They're at the 37-yard line. No need to punt it from here. But they do have about 7 yards to make up. Let's see. There's going to be a deep throw. That's going to be knocked down.
Had him, too.
Incomplete. Ball will go over.
Yeah, he did have him.
He threw it to the wrong shoulder as well, too.
He did, and the interesting thing is when Jake Roberts, the corner, tipped it, it almost went right back in the hands of the Seymour receiver.
Sure did. Well, he had kind of turned him anyways, but he had him straight on the field, just underthrew him to the right corner. So, but yeah, it was definitely closer right there. Now they're going to turn it over and put Elizabethton back on the field for their third series.
Yeah,
tonight.
so the last 3 series with both teams have been turnover on downs. Elizabethton Seymour to them, Elizabethton back to Seymour, and now Seymour back to the Cyclones. A quick pass and another drop.
And this is incomplete. It'll be second down.
Ball seems a little harder to catch.
Yeah, it really does. And, I think you brought it up earlier with the hands. On a night like tonight, when that ball's coming in there, that's why you see a lot of receivers wear gloves, especially on a night like tonight.
It's like catching a little racket. I mean, a rock,
exactly,
like a rock almost. But it's not. But it's your hands are so numb a little bit. If you hit it, it's hard.
It almost feels like when you hit a golf ball and you don't hit it well, right? It stings.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I know exactly what that feels like. All right, so 2nd and 10 from the 36. They're going to go right back to the ground game to Russell. He's going to pick a couple holes there. He's going to pick up about 7 yards. Not a bad carry on 2nd down.
On the carry was Cade Russell.
And that's going to bring up a manageable 3rd and 3 for Elizabethton.
Only with another tackle.
Elizabethton going to go no huddle. Bryson Rollins, the signal caller and the glue that keeps this offense together. Trying to draw Seymour off sides. He's going to just take it himself. Turn around left end. He's going to get the first down and more. Out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of Seymour. And that's going to be Esquisito's 2, 1st and 10.
Brendan Harris, Brooks Crowder.
For Elizabethton.
I just wonder if that was the play when they called in there. He thought that he was offsides.
Yeah.
Then he jumped back real quick.
Yeah.
And then he saw everybody on the line, kind of in the box, and he just ran right around the side. So I wonder if they allow him to do that. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think they probably do. I think they probably tell him, here's what we're going to do. Try to draw him offside, just run a quarterback draw. And not a quarterback draw, but a quarterback sweep, I guess.
Yeah, true. That was nice.
All right, so Russell's still in the backfield opposite of Rollins. 1st and 10. Rollins going to roll to the right. He's got a man out in the flat. He completes it. Makes a nice move. Going to pick up some extra yardage. And that's going to be another first down. Jariah Griffin, a freshman.
Great catch. Great move after the catch, too.
Jariah Griffin.
Yeah, great catch by the freshman. Pretty awesome when you got a freshman wide receiver, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
That's going to bring up another Squisito's 2, 1st and 10. And the ball is going to be at the Seymour 37-yard line.
This is where I see Elizabethton taking some shots as well
right now.
in this area.
This is a good time to do it on 1st and 10.
Yep.
I'm just going to throw a bubble screen, pick up some more yardage, down to about the 30. Ball completed to Teddy Orton.
Corey Connell on the carry, on the tackle. Also for Seymour, number 52. Xavier Hughes in there with a piece of it.
So that's going to be a 2nd and 3.
Or 4.
All right, we'll call it 4. 2nd and 4 from the Seymour 31. Rollins in the shotgun, Russell in the pistol. He's going to pick his hole. He's going to pick up some extra yardage, make a nice move, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 9-yard line.
Carry number 5, Cade Russell. Jade Williams.
7:40 remaining, first half.
Going a little quicker here now.
Ball's going to be at the 21-yard line. Same formation, trips right, Russell in the pistol. Rollins looking to throw, covered. Doesn't have anybody open. He's going to throw it into the end zone. He's got a man, and it's a touchdown. Jake Roberts on the reception, the do-everything guy for Elizabethton.
Jake Roberts on the receiving end.
And Rollins there did a great job taking his time, backing up. He actually had number 5 open too, but he saw it in the end zone. Either way, he had both options. He kept his eyes in the field while he was running to get away from that pressure and did a great job throwing that ball. And he threw it on a line there too.
You hit the nail on the head. He was composed in the pocket. He saw his first option covered, went to his second option, eventually had Roberts break free in the end zone. So beautiful play by Rollins, the guy that makes this offense go, and that makes it 34-0 pending the extra point by Elizabethton. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good.
And the kick is good.
And with 7:30 left in the first half, the score is Elizabethton 35 and Seymour 0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Given how busy we were at pregame,
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Okay, we're back. Elizabethton 35, Seymour 0. We got another penalty flag down. It's going to be another personal foul. Kai Thompson on the kickoff return, a little pooch kick down to about the 30. He returns it about 3 to 4 yards, but we've got a personal foul penalty coming up.
I don't like personal foul penalties, Ralph, but at the same time, I like to see every once in a while people kind of fight for what they want to do. And they were just kind of busting back and forth. That wasn't nothing, no big deal. But at the same time, at least it shows you that Seymour is a really good football. They got some fight in them, and they're not going to back down from anybody.
Right, exactly.
I don't want to put a personal foul, but that wasn't bad.
Listen, you're going to have some pushing and shoving, okay? Now, if somebody takes a swing or pushes a guy from the back, that's different. But a little bit of interaction is not going to really hurt anybody.
That was on both sides. So
exactly.
It's okay.
So they're going to call that one against Seymour. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That's going to back them up.
They called it both ways.
Oh, they did? Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so offsetting penalty, that's going to give Seymour the first down. Esquisito's 2, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. They're going to give it to Kai Thompson right up in the middle. He's going to pick up about 4. He's going to bring it out to about the 36, 37-yard line. So it's going to be about a 2nd and 6, let's call it.
This is where I want to see him do a quick little pass right here and get him a good first down play. Got him in a good setup here. Now a quick first down or a quick out pass really quickly. Or out pass. Hey, got maybe something special right here.
Right.
Special play. I mean, maybe I should be a play caller, Ralph. Maybe
you should be. Maybe you should be an offensive coordinator, yeah.
It's not that easy, right?
All you'd be doing is throwing little short passes.
Yeah, short passes and a special play.
That's all right. So they give it to Kai Thompson up the middle. He's going to get it about the 41-yard line. So that's going to give Seymour another very manageable third down, about a 3rd and 1.
And that's why I don't call play. They ran a play there, got up the middle, now they got a 3rd and 2 here.
Yeah,
I think.
and that's what you want. I mean, if you're Seymour, you're the type of offense, you got to stay ahead of the chains. Yeah. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 2, get a first down. They're just going to give it right up the middle, and he's going to get the first down, and that's a nice play. Good hard run by Kai Thompson. Beautiful run right up the middle. He's going to get it about the 46-yard line, and Seymour's going to have a first down. I believe that's their first down of the night outside of penalties.
Correct. Yeah, I think it is too.
So Seymour with a little momentum here, almost at midfield. Clock running, 6 minutes remaining, first half. Funk takes the snap. He's going to try to go deep. He's got a receiver, but he underthrows him just a little bit.
It'll be 2nd down.
But you notice how disciplined Elizabethton is. They had the corner and the safety out of that cover 2 on that guy. So it could have been completed, but they had him bracketed pretty well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that's what you talked about on that cover 2 defense. That's all it's about. You got the both sides on each side, and you're ready to go.
And you know something, Chris? The way to attack a cover 2 is right up the middle. So they've got to try to release a tight end or a back up the middle behind the linebackers and in front of the safeties. I think that's going to be an offsides.
That is definitely offsides.
Is the call.
Blake Stewart for Elizabethton, a little bit too
Elizabethton.
and a little bit too anticipatory on that play.
Still second down.
So Seymour's going to pick up a free 5 yards, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. A good play action pass here. Freeze the linebackers, release a guy down the middle up the seam, and you're going to have a big play. They're going to go play action. There's your guy right there. All right.
There was right up the middle.
I called it, didn't I?
We're going back to your play calls now.
Yeah.
Go back to your
Well,
play
no,
calls.
I don't know anything about calling plays. I just know what defenses can be attacked and which can't, and that's exactly what you got to do. I mean, if they're going to sit in that cover 2, you got to play action to freeze the linebackers, and you'll have a guy open all day long underneath.
I would go right back to it and keep it till they switch to something else.
Exactly. Make them come out of that cover 2, and force them to play something different. So that's a first down. Squisito's 2 at the 37-yard line. They're going to throw a little bubble screen. It's going to be stopped right there.
Complete to Josh Nevins. He'll be brought down.
And see, that's Russell on the tackle there. See, that's another thing. You know, when you're playing a team as aggressive and physical as you just said, those kind of plays are not going to work very well because they see him coming and the guy's going to attack it.
Yep, that's right. You're so right. And then when they get them down, until they catch the ball.
Exactly.
You might have lost.
So you picked up 2 yards. You could have picked 2 yards up by giving it to Brennan Harris up the middle.
Yeah, true.
We sound like we really know what we're talking about here, don't we?
I don't know. Maybe we did it. Look, up the middle, I think is definitely the way you attack this.
Yeah, you got to. Here comes a blitz. They're going to give it right to Harris. That's a good call. Linebacker was out of position after the blitz.
Great call.
One of the Elizabethton players lost his helmet. Caleb Johnson. He's going to have to come out of the game for a play. But a nice pickup by Seymour as they get it down to the 33-yard line of his Elizabethton. Clock running, 4 minutes remaining. Seymour really needs to put a score on the board here to give themselves a little bit of momentum at least going into the locker room. Third down, big play. They're going to give it right to Harris up the middle. He's going to fight for everything he can get, but he's going to be short. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. We'll call it 4th and about 4 from the 31-yard line of Elizabethton.
Trenton Taylor, give him credit for that. 4th and 4.
Something to attack that middle. Number 2's back in the game.
You got to attack the middle right now. They're still in. Well, now they're coming out of the cover 2. Now they're in the cover 3, so that's a little bit different. They're going to give it right back to Harris, and they are going to stop him. No gain, and the ball is going to go over to Elizabethton.
The line to gain, so the ball will go over to Elizabethton. I will let you know that due to the inclement weather, Elizabethton's band did not come down, and our band will not be performing at halftime. And both teams have agreed to a 15-minute halftime. So halftime will be 15 minutes tonight.
So again, using my my defensive knowledge from many years, on a cover 3, what you got to do there is you look the safety off one way and you go back down the corner the other way. Correct. So that's how you throw against the cover 3. You got to look the safety off, though. If you don't, he's going to be right on that receiver. All right, so Elizabethton takes over from their own 31. Rollins still at quarterback. He fakes it to Russell. He's going to throw it out pass, and Roberts is going to drop it. That would have been 6. Yeah, that would have been 6. You don't see Jake Roberts drop too many passes.
And for him to drop one, tells you how hard it is to catch a ball.
Yes, it is very hard to catch a ball tonight. You got to give these kids credit. The ones who've made the catches, even the ones who've tried to. I mean, that ball is going to be very hard and very slick. So it's 2nd and 10, 31-yard line, 3 minutes left, first half. Option play. Rollins going to take it up the middle. Going to pick up about 6. It's going to put the ball at about the 36-yard line. We'll call it a 5-yard pickup. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Elizabethton from their own 36. Elizabethton trying to track on one more score before the half.
Gain of about 6 will be 3rd and 4.
And they're going to stuff him. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Timeout by Elizabethton.
On the stop.
Interesting call there by Elizabethton to call timeout.
Timeout taken.
I don't see why you'd call a timeout there. I would think you'd want to let the clock run a little bit.
Timeout taken by Elizabethton.
Not sure either, unless they're thinking about maybe the next position.
Well, you know, or they're going to go for it. I mean, you know, that's a possibility, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. So they're not even going to think about punting here. They've got enough confidence in their defense to know that if they turn it over here inside their 40, they think their defense can make a stop. Or they have a play that they know will work in this situation.
Illegal procedure to call against Elizabethton.
Ah, okay. They called a legal procedure.
It's declined, so it'll be 4th down.
I think I'd have taken that penalty. Make it 4th and 10. Maybe they'll think about punting it.
Definitely, I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, I know you got him on 4th down, but 5 yards is a lot easier to get than 10. They're just going to run it right outside, give it a quick toss to Russell. I think they've got him pinned up, and they do.
And Hilly stops short of the line of gain, so the ball will go over to the Eagles.
Great play by the defense.
Yeah, great play by the defense, poor call by the offense. I mean, you know the defense is going to be pumped up on a 4th down. It's hard when you run wide because pursuit can get to you then.
Chasing the Eagles on the stop.
See if the Eagles to do something positive here
Yeah.
for halftime too.
So the ball's going to go over to Seymour. They'll take it over for Squisitos 2, 1st and 10 at the Elizabethton 34. 2 minutes left, first half. Elizabethton still in that cover 2. Let's see if they go play action and try to hit that seam route again. This time they're just going to give it right to Kai Thompson. He's going to pick up about a yard.
Kai Thompson on the carry.
And we're going to have a timeout now by Elizabethton.
Timeout taken by Elizabethton.
Now
Let's take a.
am I thinking about the next possession here, maybe?
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, we'll see. All right, we're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System, we are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
It's going to be picked off. Yep.
Pass is intercepted.
All right, we're back. Seymour tried to throw a deep corner route. Jake Roberts, the corner, picked it off, and it's going to be at the 1 yard line. Now that's interesting. I thought his momentum took him into the end zone, but they're going to mark him at the 1. Kind of scratched my head on that one. I thought for sure his momentum took him in the end zone.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're putting it like
another announcement, by the way.
half yard line.
At the half yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it.
The Daniels free launch. There'll be a.
Now this is where my age gets in my way here, because I would put the quarterback under center and run a quarterback sneak here. All right. But I guarantee you they're going to come out in the shotgun.
Oh, for sure.
And that's where they are. So they're at the 1 yard. Actually, they're at the half yard line. Let's see if Seymour can get a safety. No, they're not going to get a safety. In fact, they might even get a. Whoa. All right, so that's going to be a first down for Elizabethton. Clock will stop on a first down until they move the chains. Elizabethton's going to come right back to the line.
Catch a big bass and support the Eagles and Lady Eagles. We appreciate the support.
Going to go right back up the middle. Nice run there. Beautiful run. Nate Stevens, number 21, doing double duty, tailback and corner tonight. He's going to pick up about 8. Oh, man, nice pass.
Number 17.
Nice pass by Rollins. Jake Roberts could not hold on to it. Good coverage by Seymour.
Jake Roberts was the intended receiver.
He's got plenty of speed right there.
Oh,
Plenty
yeah.
of speed.
Yeah.
I almost want to run just the go route. Just don't even.
Exactly.
Straight.
Yeah. He's going to run the quarterback on this play. He's going to pick up the first down. That'll stop the clock. See, they didn't stop the clock. Yeah, now they did. Complete to Roberts.
Flag on the play, and it's pass complete to Jake Roberts.
It's to be a holding call here.
Yeah, gotta be.
Neff and also Skylar Dykes out there helping stop.
Yep, it's holding against
There's
Elizabethton.
a hold against the Cyclones.
Throw it deep. Take a shot. Seymour substituting defensive lineman. It's going to be first down and 20, I believe. No, more than that. Excuse me. From the point of the foul. So it's going to be first down and about, let's call it 24. So I would expect a draw play to come here with 28 seconds left. And you're not going to get it. You're going to get a little bubble screen. It's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. It'll be
second down.
Second down and a long way.
Well, we're kind of right about Elizabeth. They're not afraid to throw the ball.
No, they're not afraid to throw it at all.
Everywhere.
And the passes have been pretty on the money.
True.
I'm going to give it right up the middle this time to Stevens. It's going to pick up a few yards, not much. And that should end the half unless they decide to call a timeout. And yes, somebody does. Timeout Elizabethton. That should be their last one.
On the stop for Seymour, Colton Oldham. Number 72 in there, Caden Folks. And Brendan Harris. Timeout taken, 14.5 seconds to go.
You remember the old, I'll tell you a good play here. You remember the old wheel route? You heard it? All right, so the wheel route would be a good play. You line up your two receivers. You have one go to the inside. You have one go to the outside, and one of those guys should be free. So I'm looking for something like that right now. Would be a good try for Elizabethton to get a cheap touchdown.
And you wouldn't call a timeout unless you're going to try something like that, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, they've been trying to throw it deep, but they're throwing it right into the teeth of the defense with one receiver going deep. So you got to try something like that. And you got nothing to lose because it's third down. Even if it's incomplete,
still got our play.
Punt it away. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Elizabeth coming out. They got their two wide receivers to the left. Seymour's going to come out and looks like a zone coverage. It's going to be like a cover 3. And he gets out of bounds. No, they kept the clock running. How about that?
Pass is complete.
And that's going to end the first half. So, clock runs out on the first half. We're going to go to halftime with the score, Elizabethton 35. Excuse me, we're not going to halftime yet. Everybody's still on the field. Let's see what we got. Maybe a penalty? No, now they're going to go to the half. So, first half is over. Score at halftime, Elizabethton 35, Seymour nothing. We'll be right back after these messages.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Tune in to the Alewife Pottery Channel 196. Watch local craftsmen and learn of the rich Smoky Mountain heritage and history. Meet Robert Alewife and his family as they take you on their journey of their successful pottery business in the Gatlinburg's arts and crafts community. Established by Robert Alewife more than 30 years ago, this business has grown up with the Alewife family. Alewife Pottery is renowned nationwide, not only for their stunning handmade ceramics, but also their friendly, fun-loving family atmosphere. Tune to Channel 196, the Alewife Pottery Channel, and enjoy these great stories.
Claybo's Campground and Cabins and Claybo's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Claybo's Campground is spacious, with 320 sites including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Make reservations at Claybo's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
At Sevier County Electric System, we know that when the power goes out, it's important to you to have power restored as quickly as possible. That's why we've introduced the Power Action Line. As soon as you call the Power Action Line from a phone associated with your electric service, we know immediately that your power is out. The Power Action Line lets us answer up to 1,200 calls per hour, so we can make sure and identify all outages, even after major storms. We track those outages through our integrated mapping system, which provides our operations center a better understanding of where the affected areas are located and predicts probable starting points that helps our crews begin looking for the problem. Our whole goal is to get your power back on as soon as possible. We'll even call you back to make sure your service has been restored. At Sevier County Electric System, we want to take care of our customers, and that's what we do every day. Sevier County Electric System. We are the power behind our community. Just call 865-774-6300.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Start of the second half, Elizabethton will kick it off to Seymour, leading 35-0. Crowder is going to let it go in the end zone, and that's going to put the ball at the 20-yard line. And as soon as Seymour takes a snap, the clock will start running and will continue running until Seymour can close the gap within 35 points.
Any adjustments at a halftime, you think, or same thing?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, my adjustments would be either try to throw it into the middle of that cover two or just run the football with Brendan Harris. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to give it to Harris right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 maybe.
Brendan Harris on the carry.
Well, we've got a minute here. Let me give you some quick updates. Some region championship games. Alcoa is defeating Austin East 56-0. Maryville is going to win their region in 6A. They lead Bradley Central 42-7 late in the game. And West is going to win their region in 5A as they are beating Central 49-0. So West will win their region, Maryville will win theirs in 6A, and Alcoa again will win theirs in 3A. Second down. They're going to give it to Harris again. He's going to pick up a few yards. They're going to gang tackle him at about the 26. That's going to bring up third down and 4.
Very manageable now. Manageable third down.
Very manageable third down.
Harrison Lane, returner.
But you know, as good as a runner as Brendan Harris is, the Elizabethton defense is just gang tackling him. I mean, they're just going to send everybody to him. Trips to the right, low snap. It's going to be picked off by Jake Roberts, and he's going to return it for a touchdown. And that's it.
And returns for the touchdown by Elizabethton.
Jake Roberts, I'll tell you, he's a football player, right? He read that play and just jumped the route.
Made it look way too easy.
Way too easy.
Way too easy. I think he almost read the quarterback. He had baited him into it a little bit.
Yes, he did.
And then it just took off.
Well, that's what a good corner does, right? I mean, he knows what route is coming. If a quarterback locks onto a receiver, a good defender is going to read that and jump it every time.
Yeah.
So that's going to make it 41-0. And Elizabethton lines up to kick the extra point.
Does the clock not run on the extra point?
The clock should be running. I don't know why it's not, to be honest with you. It should be running at all times. Snap, hold, the kick is up, the kick is good.
And the kick is good.
And with 10:48 remaining third quarter, it's 42-0 Elizabethton. Yeah, I don't understand why the clock is not running here. It should be. And I'm surprised the referee is not indicating that.
Yeah, they haven't signaled anything yet.
Nope.
Not sure they're not noticed it or. I think the Seymour coaches just figured it out.
Oh, did they really?
I think he's headed down and talked to him about it right now.
Well, maybe not.
No, I don't
maybe
think
not.
so.
No, I thought they looked at the scoreboard. Maybe not. Either way. If he tees one up again here, ball fell.
Crowder's going to take it on his own 24.
Crowder on the return.
He's going to get to about the 30-yard line where he's going to be stopped.
And there's a marker.
We got a penalty down on the penalty flag on the field. Could be a horse collar tackle. I don't know. It looked like it might be. Let's see.
I'm not sure what they're calling there.
I'm not either. We've actually got a different referee now. Look at that. Personal foul against Elizabethton.
Personal foul against Elizabethton. They're adding 15 yards onto the end of the return. First down, 10 to go, Seymour.
They have changed up center referees, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. All right, 1st and 10. Good field position for Seymour. They're going to give it to Brendan Harris. He's going to break to the outside and get some room. He's going to elude one tackler, elude another tackler,
on the carry.
and he's going to step out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line, where it's first down, 10 to go, Seymour.
Yeah, I don't understand why the clock is not running. It should be. But nevertheless, it's going to be a first down for Seymour. They're going to be at the 40-yard line of Elizabethton.
I think they might have got away with a hold there, too, as Seymour did. They was pulling off. I think they just let it go there.
Yeah.
They rushed to the line here, but a good run by Harris there.
We're going to go up the middle to Kai Thompson right now. He's going to pick up about 3.
Kai Thompson on the carry. On the tackle, number 55 is Drew Turner. Short gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8. Ball's at the 37-yard line of Elizabethton. Seymour's going to come out with twin receivers left and right. Elizabethton's still in their cover 2. We'll play action. They're going to give it to Kai Thompson. He's not going to get anything on that play. Actually, he's going to lose a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd and 8.
Wesley Shankles on the tackle. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
I think it might be a couple second-team guys out here on defense.
Yeah, I think they're starting to sub a little bit on defense, yes. You can tell. There you go. Oh, incomplete.
Pass intended to Landon Beeler, incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Got all kinds of balls tonight, just up in the air and
yeah.
dropped.
Yeah, lots of them. That's right. I think now they finally figured out the clock issue as it's running now. Somebody forgot the rules, but it's 4th down now from the 36-yard line of Elizabethton. Seymour's going to go for it, as you'd expect. Twin receivers, left and right, tight. Funk's still the quarterback. Got Brendan Harris in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. Oh, almost a complete pass.
Again.
How many times have we said that tonight?
Too many. See if they bring in the original offense here, and for Elizabethton to keep out Rollins out there. And
ball goes over to Elizabethton. The ball spotted at the 30.
Yeah, let's interesting to see if they substitute here.
Nope.
We still got Jake Roberts out there, and we still got Rollins, the quarterback. So we may have a few substitutions at other positions, but your playmakers are still in the game. Russell's still the tailback, number 5. He's going to run it right to Russell on a little misdirection. And he's wide open. He's going to pick up about 8.
Good tackle, though. Open field
On the
tackle.
carry, number 5, Kenny.
And that was a well-designed play. You start your lineman blocking out left. You start one way, you go back the other way, and you pick up 8 yards.
13 for Seymour, saved a touchdown right there, though.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I would expect another running play, and they're going to give it right up the middle to Russell. He's going to get the first down with Moore. He's going to break free. Can he outrun the defenders? Almost. Looks like he's going to do it, and it's going to be a touchdown for Elizabethton.
Got a flag down.
57-yard run pending the penalty. Let's see what it is. Penalty is down there, obviously. There could have been a face mask on a stiff arm attempt. Let's see. Yep, block in the back, excuse me. So that's going to negate the touchdown. It's going to be a spot foul. So the ball, so Elizabethton's still going to have a very nice gain on the play. So they're going to pick up, they're going to put the ball at about the 23, so still a 33-yard gain even with the penalty.
Ball back to the 28-yard line, touchdown, taken off the board.
So it's going to be 1st and 10, Esquisitos 2, Pasta and Pizza 1st and 10 for Elizabethton from the Seymour 23-yard line. Russell still in there at tailback. Rollins still the quarterback. Going to give it to Russell. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I'm not sure they'll take any more shots in the end zone, but
no.
if they do.
I wouldn't expect them to. I mean, you never know what they're going to do, but I wouldn't expect them to try to throw it here. You got a 42-0 lead. You're gaining as much ground as you want running the football pretty much.
True.
Now they're going to throw it.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Jake Roberts. Good coverage on the play by Crowder. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 23. 5 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter.
Rollins has just a good mind for the quarterback position.
Yeah.
He had obviously played a lot of football with number 17 there. They just looked at each other and made a little play there. So,
yep.
Oh, here goes Roberts.
Cade Russell on the carry.
Cade Russell on the play, yeah, 1st and 10.
Thompson on the tackle. It'll be a gain for the first down for Elizabethton.
But yeah, you're right. Rollins, I mean, you can tell that he's the guy that makes the offense go. I mean, not only does he have a good feel for the position in the offense, he sees the field so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he plays really free, too.
Yes, he does, yeah.
He kind of scared me to hold the ball down low. So how many holds the ball out?
Yeah.
One-handed down low, but also he must have some big hands. He's holding it down low. But other than that, I mean, yeah, just a great job out there running the offense.
And they're going to throw it again. Or look to throw it. They're going to go back to Roberts. He's probably going to score, and he is.
Pass is complete.
So that's a touchdown right there for Elizabethton as they throw a quick pass to Jake Roberts for about an 11-yard touchdown, and that's going to make it 48-0 pending the extra point.
Another great pass there. I mean, he even looked at all that. That's
yeah.
another good. He looked this way to the left the whole time, knowing he's coming back to the right. Then Roberts was standing right there with a great catch, and then jumping around the end zone.
You know, and many people who don't have a good feel for the game don't realize how important it is as a quarterback to look off receivers, right? Because you can influence the safeties and the corners by looking one way and then coming back the other way. Kick is up, kick is good. So with 3:18 remaining and clock running, the score is Elizabethton 49, Seymour nothing. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
okay, though.
Okay, we're back at Seymour High School. Elizabethton with a 49-0 lead as they get ready to kick it back to Seymour. Ball is set up on the 40-yard line.
Deep for Seymour.
Gib Malpin ready to kick it. Excuse me, not Gib Malpin. Mason Williams on the kick. He gives it to Crowder. Crowder's going to take it, run straight up the middle.
Zion Rocket on the return.
And Seymour will start at their own 30-yard line. Excuse me, that wasn't Crowder. That was Jesse White. Excuse me, Cade Russell.
First down, Seymour.
Actually, I'm wrong on that too.
It's number 5.
Hard to see here. Zion Rocket on the return.
What a name. I love that.
I know. I love that name. Zion Rocket.
Awesome.
The Rocket.
It's an awesome name.
Okay, Seymour looks like Elizabethton's subbing now quite freely on defense. Linebackers, line, clock running, 1st and 10. You're going to hand it off up the middle. He's not going to get much. New quarterback in now for Seymour. Number 8 is the new quarterback, and that's going to be Blake Johnson. Sophomore quarterback, so getting him some experience. Sergio Sanchez on the carry for Seymour. So Seymour now starting to substitute as well, trying to get some of the younger guys some playing time. It's going to be 2nd and about 11. And go right back to run it. No gain on the play. In fact, maybe even a loss of yardage.
I think it was.
Jaden Williams on the carry.
Jaden Williams on the carry for Seymour. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 13. Clock running, about 1:19 remaining, 3rd quarter. Elizabethton comfortably ahead. They will end up number 2 in Region 1, Class 4A. Seymour will be number 4 and will make the playoffs and go to Anderson County next week. And it's going to be a sack. Nice play there
Blake Johnson
by Harrison Lane.
It'll be 4th down.
Lane breaks through, and Blake Johnson, the quarterback, could not get away from his grasp. So Seymour's going to have to kick it away. They're going to have a 4th and about 20. And we'll call it 4th and about 22, maybe.
Jake Roberts drops deep for that.
Josh Nevins gets ready to kick. Jake Roberts, excuse me, standing at about the Seymour 46, waiting to get the punt. Good snap, good kick. Roberts is going to field it at about the 45. And he's going to break a bunch of tackles. He's still going. And they're going to knock him out of bounds.
Jake Roberts on the return.
Man, what a football player that is.
I'll tell you, that kid's a football player.
Wow.
I can see now why he was the most valuable player in the state championship game. And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So we've got 3 in the books here at Seymour. At the end of 3, Elizabethton 49, Seymour nothing. Let me mention our sponsors real quick again before we go to a break. Buddy's Barbecue, our main sponsor. Great barbecue, great potato salad, just great food all around. If you haven't been to Buddy's Barbecue, you need to get there. Krispy Kreme brings us donuts every week. You can't beat Krispy Kreme donuts. They melt in your mouth. Of course, Sevier County, they bring the power to your community. Claybo's Express Shine Car Wash. Make sure you get some car wash from them. They're our touchdown sponsor. Quizito's 2 Pasta and Pizza, our first down sponsor, Sevier County Electric. As I said, the power behind the community.
Good luck, ladies. We hope you bring home some bling for us.
Alawine Pottery up in Gatlinburg on Glades Road.
Izzy Mayer.
Riverstone Resort and Spa, great place to relax.
Sophomores, Anna Burnett.
And of course, Blade Salon in Pigeon Forge. We want to thank all our sponsors for all they do for high school sports, for all they do for your high school sports. Make sure you get out and patronize our sponsors.
Good luck, ladies. Next week.
So Elizabeth takes the ball over. quick pass on the outside. That's going to be another touchdown. Teddy Orton.
Teddy Orton takes the ball into the end zone for the touchdown.
What?
And that's my pleasure to also introduce the cheerleaders to you. They worked hard down there all year. We have Shelby Branch.
I said Teddy Orton.
Lily Dennis. Melania Gutierrez.
So it's 55-0 pending the extra point.
Avery Roden.
Number 30, the kicker, Sean Smithdale. You'd want him on your fantasy team as he is now getting ready to kick his 8th extra point.
Abby Branch.
It's up, and it's good. So, with a running clock and 11 minutes left in the game, Elizabethton 56, Seymour nothing.
Senior Mariel Breeden. Fleet and Zion Rocket deep for Seymour. Kick goes out of bounds.
All right, we're back at Seymour.
We start the 35-yard line.
Clock running.
Down 10 to go, Seymour.
About 9.5 minutes left in the game.
Took the kickoff out of bounds there.
Did they? Okay, I didn't see that.
Get some good field position.
Yeah, they'll get some good field position. Ball will be at the 35-yard line.
And then pushed up 15 more.
Yeah. Elizabethton now subbing rather freely on defense, as is Seymour on offense. Blake Johnson still the quarterback for Seymour, number 8. Looks like Dylan King, a freshman, at running back.
You got stats?
Stats? No, we don't. Sorry.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
I'm not really sure either. I think the problem is they got to figure out where to put the ball. They kicked off from the 40.
Well, the flag guy's standing with the flag over there.
Yeah.
They stopped the clock.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know why they stopped the clock. I guess they can't figure out what to do here. Let's see. Now the official that had the white hat on before, oh, he still got it on. Okay.
As we figure out what's going on here.
I don't think the officials know what's going on here, to be honest with you. So now they're going to move the ball all the way into Elizabethton territory. So we must have had a dead ball personal foul after
maybe
the kickoff out of bounds. The only thing I can think of. Still can't figure it out. Not sure what the problem is, but nonetheless, it's getting colder. 8:40 remaining. The officials have stopped the clock so as not to run off 2 or 3 minutes while they decide what's going to happen. I still can't understand. I really can't understand why it is taking 4 officials so long to figure out what's happened.
This would be a good time to talk about our Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah,
we're looking for that Krispy Kreme
well,
donut
I think the officials.
in the Parkway.
I think now they're going to go back the other way. So I mean, this is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I would say that it's going to be hard for these officials to expect a letter in the mail saying that they've been selected to do a playoff game. All right, so we're going to have a first 10 for Seymour. Ball's going to be at the 35-yard line where it was when this mess started. And it's going to be a Squisitos 2, 1st and 10. And the clock starts again. Handoff up the middle to the freshman running back. He makes a nice run. Can't get away, picks up about 2. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
On the carry, number 25 is Dylan King, freshman. Gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and 8.
Quarterback's going to keep it himself around it and pick up some nice yardage and get a first down. Good play.
Blake Johnson.
Blake Johnson, the sophomore quarterback, with a nice run to pick up a first down. You know, Chris,
that was a good run.
You know, we talk about running clock and all. I know we joke around, but it's really great for these young guys to get a chance to play. You know, most of the time they don't get a chance in a tight game, right?
You can't get this time back either. I mean, when you use this time wisely
Yes.
and get these kids on the field and give them some experience,
Yes.
just getting that feeling to be out there, what it looks like. You never know what could come from that going down the line.
Hey, there's nothing like playing on a Friday night. You can play in JV games, you can scrimmage all you want, but these kids, this is great experience for some of these guys. So they're going to hand it up the middle to the freshman running back again. He's going to pick up about 3. Not a bad run at all. Now you're going to see some more substitutions for Elizabethton into the game.
5 on the carry, Dylan King.
Harrison Lane in the game at linebacker now.
It'll be 2nd and 7, ball at the 49-yard line.
Maddox Tressler in the game at linebacker, a sophomore. Seymour gets a 2nd down and about 7, we'll call it. About 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Another handoff to the freshman running back. He's going to try to get around in. He's going to pick up some good yardage.
Dylan King on the carry.
And may have picked up the first down.
Look at that first down marker. I think he found it.
Jaden Shanklin coming in the game now for Seymour, a sophomore.
That'll be first down Seymour.
Zion's in there. Our producer, Chris Reddick, his son Zion is in now at middle linebacker for Elizabethton. Oh, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So I know Chris will have a lot to talk about when he gets home with Zion there about his action tonight. There he goes.
He looks a little different than the pictures we see on the commercial.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Yeah, I think that commercial. I think Chris needs to get over to Krispy Kreme and make a new commercial. What do you think?
I wonder if he'll be able to get him to that commercial just like that.
I know.
Now
Yeah.
these days. Right?
I don't know. That's right.
Can't wait to see that. It's awesome. Congratulations, Zion.
Yeah,
man. You're doing a great job,
that's great.
man.
Yeah, he'll be back in the game. I'm sure he will.
Sure.
Oh, nice run there by the freshman running back, Dylan King. Nice pickup on 2nd down. He's going to pick up a first down for Seymour. That's going to give them a Squisitos 2 pasta and pizza 1st and 10. And the ball is going to be at the Elizabethton 30-yard line. 4:43 left, clock running. Elizabethton subbing freely now. New corner in, number 11. Eli Blevins replacing Luke Whaley. Blevins is a sophomore. Whaley was a sophomore. So lots of young guys now seeing action. Dylan King again with the carry. Nice run. He's going to break free. Keeps his feet moving.
Dylan King on the carry.
Picks up the first down. Looks like Seymour might have found them a running back for next year. As some of these seniors graduate, like Brendan Harris.
Good blocking out there by Kobe Hudson.
Of course, Kai Thompson will be back next year. He's only a sophomore. So they're going to have a pretty good backfield next year with Kai Thompson will be a junior and Dylan King will be a sophomore. So Seymour's looking up with some of their young talent And the quarterback looks pretty good too, Blake Johnson. 1st and 10, Squisito's 2 1st and 10, 3:40 left in the game. You can give it right back to King. He's going to break to the outside. Nice run, gets out of bounds, flag on the play.
Marker on the field. And it's you. Holding on Seymour.
So Seymour's called for a hold on that play. That's going to back them up from the spot of the foul. Looks like they're going to mark it from about the 15. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. 15-yard penalty in high school. That's going to bring it back to about the 29-yard line, where Seymour is going to have a 1st and 25. 2:55 left. King still in the backfield. Johnson the quarterback. He's going to give it to King again on the outside as another hold. They didn't call that one.
Joey King on the carry. Looks like I might be staying down quite a bit next year.
Second down and about 5.
Official timeout.
Now we're going to call a timeout, official timeout. We've got another problem now. What's this?
We got an injured player.
Ah, okay, I didn't see that.
Out of bounds.
All right, yeah, out of bounds. All right.
Next week, going to Anderson County, first round of the PWSAA playoffs. Get your traveling shoes on. Get a big crowd out there supporting these Eagles.
So Chris, Elizabethton, pretty good showing tonight. They're not sure who they're going to play yet because Region 2 has still got to figure out spots 2 through 4. They'll know who they're going to play either late tonight or tomorrow morning. They'll get ready for it. Judging for we've seen Elizabethton, we've seen Greenville here. What's your comparison to those two teams?
Well, as far as I was looking at them, they're both awesome, great teams. Both have awesome playmakers on both sides of the ball. Greenville, to me, seems like the better playmaking team overall. Elizabethton has same kind of outcomes with the playmakers on the outside. They have a great quarterback. They have great ball handlers. But, I mean, if I had to pick between Greenville and Elizabethton, I would give a little slight edge to Greenville. Okay. I still think it'd be an awesome match. They played earlier this year already. I think Chris said the score was 42-13, but it all came in the fourth quarter.
Right.
But when you get in the playoffs and you start getting to other stuff, teams like Elizabethton and Greenville, man, they can turn it on. So,
yeah, they can.
But I do think Greenville has the edge, but Elizabethton is obviously very well coached, very well played, and they got a lot of great players.
And Seymour gets it in the end zone. So Seymour gets in the end zone for a touchdown. That's going to make it 56-6, pending the extra point. Going back to what we were talking about, looking at Region 2 with Anderson County, they're 4-0 in the region, but they're 4-5 overall. I fully expect Elizabethton and Greenville to be playing in round 3. After the first 2 rounds, I think these two teams will meet for the right to go to the semifinals.
Yeah, and they do that about every year, too.
That's right, yeah.
I think that's definitely what's a collision course for that. I think it'll be a great game. But I think Elizabethton maybe will learn something from early in the season. Right. I think the score will be a lot closer than what it was in the season.
I agree. And really, the game will be at Greenville because Greenville is the higher seed. But I think it's going to be a great football game.
Sure.
So Seymour's going to go for 2. Quarterback takes. He's going to make it.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
And
carried in by number 10.
We've seen 2 games now with Seymour here, and they've kind of been blown out in both of them. But this is a program that's come from 0-10 a few years ago. They've won maybe 6 or 7 games in a 4 or 5 year period. They're going to be 6-4 this year. They're going to be in the playoffs. They've got some good young talent. Seymour's on the way up. I think you're going to see them be a real contender in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and go back to the Seymour side, I think they're also well coached too.
They are.
They just got to come up against some of these big powerhouse schools that are in their conference or out of the conference, however it may be. Right. They come up against these big teams. It's just a good challenge, good way to happen. We happen to be at some of these games, but I think Seymour's definitely got the right direction and definitely coming, from where they were at 0-10 to now is night and day.
Night and day, no question about it. Well, the clock is running. We got about 19 seconds left. I doubt we're going to have another play. This should be the end of the ball game. Seymour is not even come out on the field yet, and I think the clock's going to run out before they're even out there to kick the ball off. So Our final score tonight is going to be Elizabethton 56 and Seymour 8. There's the clock, there's the horn, the ball game is over.
The end of the game. Congratulations, Elizabethton. And remember, Seymour.
Okay, so that's the final tonight from Seymour. Elizabethton 56, Seymour 8. We'll be right back for our wrap-up on your high school sports.
Look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
All right, we're back at Seymour High School. Your final score tonight, Elizabethton 56, Seymour 8. Seymour scoring on the last play of the game, basically, and going for two and getting it. So, Chris, the game kind of went like we thought it would. Really, a couple bad breaks for Seymour early in the game, right? Punt over or snap over the punter's head, touchdown. Punt that was fielded by Jake Roberts, heads up play, touchdown. Interception return, touchdown. Before you knew it, Seymour was down 28-0.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. It was really quick. I mean, I just showed you the dominance Elizabethton has. It's easy to get behind the stakes really quick if you don't play very accurate football, don't turn the ball over. Like I said, we only saw them play 3 possessions almost before the end of the first quarter,
right?
And they already had 20-0 on the defense.
Right.
So,
right.
But overall, that's what we thought the outcome of the game would be. Both these teams are all probably looking a little bit ahead of next week too. And I think Seymour's had a great season. They shouldn't bow their heads to this Elizabethton team at all. That's just a great football team on the other side, and they look forward to Anderson County next week.
Yeah, they should, and the fact that they're in the playoffs, and I think they have a real chance to beat Anderson County. Anderson County is not a bad football team, but they're not dominant. And if Seymour can put things together and get the running game going, I think they have a chance to win that football game. Of course, Elizabethton is going to probably we don't know where they're going yet, but that'll be figured out tonight. Greenville, of course, will host the playoff game. I think, as I said in the last segment, Greenville and Elizabethton will probably face each other in the third round, and that should be a real football game. I think Greenville has more playmakers, more explosiveness.
Sure.
Elizabethton is all Blake Rollins, really, and Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
But those are your two playmakers.
Oh, for sure. And I definitely think when you get those two teams, like you said, meeting in the playoffs, it's going to come down to situational football. What team's going to put their best position to win the game?
Right.
And can you execute your offense?
Right.
Greenville will. Elizabethton can. We'll see what happens at the end of the playoffs.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention Kate Russell, the running back, number 5 for Elizabethton, another great playmaker. So it's going to be a great game in the playoffs. I think tonight you saw a Seymour team that's young. I think you saw a Seymour team that has a lot of freshman and sophomore players that are going to be really good junior and senior players.
Sure.
So if you're a Seymour fan, you got to be excited about what's ahead. And you got a playoff game next week, and anything can happen when the playoffs start. So a great matchup tonight, one-sided game, but nonetheless we saw two teams that are going to the playoffs next week. And your high school sports will have correspondents all over East Tennessee on the zone to cover the playoffs for you. So let's take another break before we wrap it up for the night. Final score, Elizabethton 56, Seymour 8.
Like you've never ever seen. Claymores Express Shine Car Wash.
All right, we're back at Elizabethton. Final score, back at Seymour. Final score, Elizabethton 56, Seymour 8. Nathan Miranda, our sideline reporter, has joined us. And Nathan, you obviously saw the game from the side. What was your impression of the Elizabethton football team?
Well, they definitely have the size advantage on Seymour.
Right.
That they control the line of scrimmage, which once I saw that, it's gonna be tough to win a game if you can't get any push on the line of scrimmage. Right. They look like a good team. It's kind of tough to gauge their performance based on this game. This was a game they were expected to win and win big, which they did. But they'll definitely have a tough playoff run coming up.
How about Seymour? We talked about the fact that when they started subbing, they got some good young players. I know they were facing Elizabethton's backups as well, but I think Seymour's got some young players that they can count on in the years to come.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They obviously never gave up in this game. Had some fight in them. They showed that to drive down and score a touchdown in the game. And they'll be in the playoffs too this year. So I think that they'll get some experience there. Obviously, that should bode well for them going forward.
Let me ask you a quick question. I don't know if you were able to get a better read than we were up here, but towards the end of the game there, when the officials couldn't figure out where to place the ball, what was that all about?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was wondering if you all could figure that one out, but no,
we didn't.
Not exactly sure what that was about. No.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out. It looked like four guys, trying to screw in a light bulb, all four of them at one time, because they certainly couldn't figure out what was going on. But nonetheless, they finally spotted it, and the game went on. So that's it. That's your final tonight from Seymour. Elizabethton 56, Seymour 8. Next week, Friday, November 5th, first round of the TSSAA playoffs. Seymour will be going to Anderson County. Elizabethton will be going somewhere. We don't know where yet because the second through fourth spots in the other region have not been determined yet. The Zone will be covering the playoffs for you throughout East Tennessee. Make sure you go to YouTube to click on the Zone and check out that coverage next week. So for Chris Blevins, for Nathan Miranda, I'm Ralph Miranda. We thank you for joining us on Your High School Sports, and we hope to see you again next season when we bring you the Game of the Week.